Hey everybody, it's Commander Killjoy from T6 Pack, and on today's episode we're going to be going over medic rules, respawns, and bonuses. And we'll kind of clarify what those are going to mean in a little bit, and I also have a special surprise for you guys later on the video that I'm going to explain too. For medic rules, guys, we are going to have, you're going to get essentially 2 lives in the field, and then you're going to have to go back to a respawn point. You are going to have Buddy Aid. Now for those of you though don't know what Buddy Aid is, okay, Buddy Aid is essentially a, you get something on the field, okay? Let's say, for example, it's this. This isn't going to be what it's going to be. It's going to be something different, but we're just using this for an example. You're going to be getting one of these when you enter into the game. It's your responsibility to hold on to them. If you lose them, you have to go back to either your commanding officer, or you're going to have to go back to you're going to have to find an admin, and who's going to have to give you another one, which will usually be at one of the major locations on the field. So that's the first thing. Everyone's going to get Buddy Aid. Essentially what happens is if you get hit, you're going to take one of these out. Do not have people searching your gear for them. Take them out when you're hit. A buddy is then going to come over, one of your allies or teammates that's on your side of the game. They're going to take it and they're going to put it somewhere on your gear. Okay? If you have this on your gear, if you have all this on your gear, if you have one of these on this gear, that means that you've been hit once. Okay? Now, if you get hit a second time, a medic is going to come over and he's going to put something on your gear. Let's say it looks something like this. Okay? So you got Buddy Aid, and now you have something that the medic is going to be putting onto you. They're going to put this on your gear. Again, it does not look like this. This is not what it's going to be. I'm just using this as an example to differentiate. Alright? They're going to put that on your gear. If you get hit a third time, you're going to have to go back to a respawn location. Okay? Now, respawn locations are not going to be just the main bases of each team. Okay? If you capture the flag at a location, you are going to be able to respawn there. Okay? I know, guys, it gets annoying when you guys get hit and you got to walk all the way back to respawn. This, I think, makes it a little bit easier because now you could actually take and hold the ground, and rather than just get points off of holding it, you'll actually be able to go ahead and have players going to these new locations to respawn in to keep fighting. So you don't have to walk as far, you don't have to waste as much time. But if that location is getting shot at, you cannot respawn there. So you're going to have to make one of 2 decisions. Either you wait until the fighting's over, or you're going to have to walk to another location. Just keep your dead rag on as you go. Say, for example, it's not getting shot at, though, and you respawn. You're going to have to go up to the admin. He's going to make sure that all the tags that you have on you, whatever they are, whatever they look like, are going to be removed. He's going to give you a fresh Buddy Aid one, okay, and he'll hold on to the medic one so he can give it back to the medics. All right? And then you go back onto your merry way. Now, so now we have Buddy Aid, which everybody gets. It's your own responsibility. If you lose it, the only way you're going to get another one is if you either go back to your commanding officer, not your platoon leader, your commanding officer, or the admins that are going to be walking around the field. All right? So no one's going to be giving you their Buddy Aid, okay? Because if they give you one, then they're out on one. So it's just not going to work that way. You got to be responsible. You got to make sure you hold on to whatever the Buddy Aid thing is that we're going to be providing for you. After that, you get hit your first time and you've been buddied by a friend. He comes over, he wraps it around you. Then, if you get hit a second time, you're going to be mediced in. The medic is going to have something similar to the Buddy Aid. He's going to put that around your equipment. And now you have 2 markers indicating that you've been hit. If you get hit a third time, you're going to have to go back to your respawn location. If the respawn location is under attack, you're either going to have to wait or go back to another location. Make sure you keep your dead rag on you. Go up to the admin that's there. He's going to make sure that all of your tags are removed, whatever they may be. And then what's going to end up happening is he'll give you a fresh Buddy Aid, and then you go back to your unit and you're fresh in the fight. We're trying to set up the Buddy Aid system and the medic system, guys. This way you guys can stay out in the field longer. And we don't want to just do, like, you know, anything simple that can come off, like real easy or anything like that or something. We want to make it your responsibility. This way, I think it's a lot easier for you guys to stay in the field, stay in the fight, and it cuts down as much as we can on cheating. That's what we don't want to do. You guys know this is a sport about honor, but it's not going to change the fact that at the end of the day, people are going to do what they shouldn't be doing on the field, and it's going to affect the gameplay. So, again, I digress, but the point is that we're just trying to do the system, and we think it's going to work. It seems a little complicated, but it's really not. You just have your own Buddy Aid that anybody can put on you if you're hit. After that, then you're going to have a medic that's going to come in and mark you, and then after that, you're going to have to go back to a respawn location. And there's you're going to get a fresh thing of a fresh Buddy Aid tag, whatever it is, and then you're going to go back onto the field. So that's pretty much that established, guys. Now with that whole respawn idea of you can basically raise the flag on any major location except the two main bases for the opposing teams. You can raise a flag on anywhere and you can use that as a respawn point. Not only can you use it as a respawn point, as long as it's not being fired upon, you also get benefits for every location. So it's not just points now. You're actually going to get little benefits, little tiny advantages that are going to help you. Is it very possible to win and beat the game without getting any of these advantages? Absolutely. There's no question in my mind that that's the case. But it's just something that's going to help you, okay? And it's not going to be overwhelming. It's not going to be the end-all, be-all. But it will help you, and it will help, with the effects of the game. And it also helps with coordination. You want to hold on to territory because you're going to get something that's going to help you, in the long run. So I'm not going to go into what the bonuses are, guys, but there will be a time limit. So if you hold on to a location, you got people that stay at the base. After a certain amount of time, you guys are going to get whatever the advantage is on the field, and it's going to be able to help all of you guys so you don't have to worry about any problems or any issues. Now, probably the coolest thing that I'm really pumped out about this event, guys, and this is something that I'm really happy. For those of you guys that know me, I love Milsim West. I love Milsim West Ops. They're really cool. They're really sick. They're a new spin on Milsim and a lot of what is Airsoft. We are not a Tier 1 Milsim op. We are a Tier 3 event for introduction and all that kind of stuff, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to take ideas where I can't take them from. And one of the things that I love the most about that is there's two different setup staging areas. Okay, there's two different staging areas, so the enemy teams never see each other. They don't interact with each other. They don't eat lunch together. They don't. The only time you see them is when you see them on the field. We are going to be doing the same thing at Zulu. Yes, I'm very positive what we're going to be doing is the same exact thing. There's going to be two different setup locations. We're going to have signs indicating where the locations are. Wolfdog is going to be setting up in the general area. That's going to be where you normally do the regular staging area at Zulu. The Vortex crew is going to be setting up next to the comm tower. It's an actual radio tower made by a satellite company that's not that far from the castle's location. There's a parking area over there, and the Wolfdog guys are going to be parking over in the regular rest area. This way it makes briefing and debriefing and coordination a lot easier, guys, because you don't have to worry about sending teams out first and then dealing with all their stuff. That means while you guys are getting your gear, you can worry about being briefed, and it makes the transition a lot easier. I love this idea. I think it's a much easier idea, and it also helps because now rather than dealing with one massive crew of 120, 150 players, instead we can deal with 60 players at each location, and it's a little bit more toned down. And we can, focus more on what we need to do in order to progress the gameplay. So you guys heard it here first. We're going to be setting up at two different locations at Zulu. One is going to be over by that satellite pole location that's in the that's right, I think, north to the castle. It's going to have its own parking lot area. We're going to have signs that are going to indicate where to go. Wolfdog is going to be setting up at the regular staging area. Okay, that's right next to the chrono field and all that stuff. We're going to set up a chrono station over there, and it's going to be fun. You guys are going to like it. If we can't, we just got to hold off a little bit more, guys. We're going to let you know about what the parking situation is, because we also have to get a plow that's out there that's going to help plow the field and make sure there's more room for parking and how that's going to work and everything in conjunction. Worst case scenario, you guys just take your gear and you hightail it over there and you meet over at the staging area by the comm tower. Everybody parks in the same area, but I'm trying to split everything up because besides the fact that it's easier to work with and coordinate with in smaller numbers, it's also, I think, a much more effective way because it's harder to read on the enemy when you don't know what they look like and what they're wearing and how many numbers have come and so on and so forth. It makes it a lot easier to work with. And that's pretty much it. I think that's everything. The reason why you're not seeing the other guys here is because they're all busy at work. I got to actually type up the master sheet tonight and tomorrow to get ready for the event, guys. I'm really happy that a lot of you guys look like you're really interested and you're coming out, and it's going to be fun. It's really going to be fun. So without further ado, guys, like always, drop your mags, clear your barrels, and we'll see you next time on the field.